Hi, I'm Isaac Maring, and in this video I just want to show you how you can price out your lawns. And if you're watching this, you're probably a beginner, so at the end of the video I'm going to give you some extra tips that you can use when you're starting out in the lawn care business. I want to actually thank someone for commenting on my previous video asking me to make this video right now, because I honestly didn't even think of this video idea myself, and he kind of sparked the idea. And I just want to thank him. And the reason I want to actually make this video and proceed with this is because I actually had the same question when I was starting out. So if you're in this position where you're trying to start your lawn care business and you have no idea how to price things out, I'm going to show you what I ended up going with and how I priced them out today. Right before I get into this, I just ask you to hit that like button, subscribe to my channel. There are many different ways you can price it out, and there are different ways that I do it compared to other lawn care business owners. And it doesn't mean it's better or worse, it's just kind of a little bit different. And there is this usual standard of your own markets on how they do pricing, so you gotta really just know your market on how you price things. It is really hard to know your market right when you're starting out, and I know this because I was there too. It's hard to know what people are charging if you're just barely getting into this business, have no idea. You just really gotta get into the business, because once you start pricing things and quoting people, you may ask people why they might not have gone with you, so you might know what the other people were charging by just quoting people and asking them what they were actually charged. And so then you might figure out what kind of the market is for pricing the lawn. I'm not saying that you should exactly follow everybody's pricing, because there's always going to be someone that's going to be able to do it cheaper than you, and there's going to be people doing it higher price than you. You need to figure out what your price is going to be. You need to look at yourself, you need to look at your own expenses, you need to look at your professionalism. Like, is your product and is your quality of work going to be higher than the person that is charging less? Are you going to provide a valuable service that is going to be top quality, and are you going to charge higher than most? You just got to look at yourself in that way. And if you stick along, I'll give you a tip related to this, so just make sure you stay to the end of the video. One way I know that people charge in this area, and I don't really usually do this, but they charge by the minute. So a general pricing is about $1 a minute, and I've actually heard this year it's gone up almost to $2 a minute. What this means is the time you are taking on this property to mow it. So if a property takes 40 minutes to mow, then it will probably be a $40 lawn. Now, this is not how I do it, but this is how some other people do it. And it might be hard for you just starting out to know how to do this, because you may not know how long things take when you've never mowed that certain lawn before and you don't have that much experience. So without the experience, it's hard for you to tell how long it's going to take for you to mow that lawn. I ended up going with the square footage or size method. So this means I look at a property, I get the size of the property, then I go to my property pricing charts, and it says right there what I need to charge them. And I made these myself, so you can also do this, related back to your own business and your markets. But that's the way I do it. I go and charge by the property size, because this is just how I like to do my business, and I don't like to do it by the minute. So I want to go and show you actually how I do this right on my computer, and I want to show you how I charge the size and how I get the size. And I'm going to show you a general idea of what kind of chart to make. This is one of the first examples I just want to go with, and this one's going to be relatively easy to map out, and that's why I wanted to do this one first. So we're here on Google Earth, and you can do this on Google Earth. I also use it on Yardbook, where you can size it out. But a nice easy way, if you don't want to go sign up for Yardbook, is just doing it on Google Earth here. And it's just so easy. You just go on Google Earth website, and then once you get to a property that you need to price out, you go over here to the left column, and this is a measuring tool. So you measure the distance, and now you have this marker right here. So you can see this is the tree line right here. So I'm probably just going to mark it here. I'm going to go along. This is another tree line, so the yard ends right there. And as you can see, it might be hard to mark your property line because of the tree growth, where from the top view it can't really see the whole yard. But as you can see, you kind of go into the trees a little bit, because the yard is under the overall tree growth. So you go like that, and so you just go around the property perimeter here first. And you can see there's also another edge here. See, there's a tall growth, and that's not where the yard is. So you can map it out just like this without taking out the driveway. But in this scenario, I actually want to do the driveway. So normally I would have mapped it out, but it closed it in on me. So I'm gonna go like this, and then you can move these into different areas that you need to. So now you have everything, all the yard but the driveway. Over here in the top right, you have the area. It also shows the perimeter, but you don't need that. That's the perimeter of the lines, and that's not the only spot you're mowing. You're actually needing the square footage, so that's 31,658 for this property. So you have that number. Now you would take that over to your chart that you would make, and you would go and see, and your pricing would be already there. So for a 32,000 square foot property, you already know how much you need to charge, and it's as easy as that. You don't need to know how long you think it would take you. You can do this all virtually. If someone calls you up, gives them your address, you can give them a price right there. So what I did is I just opened up a spreadsheet just like this. We start off from 0 to 8,000 square feet. So I put 0 to 8,000 square feet. I would want to charge my minimum amount. So when you're mowing, you want to have your minimum amount that you want to make. You know, people charge by the minute, and if you had a property that would take 5 minutes, you don't want to just charge $5. You know, that's all your money in gas and equipment. You're losing money at that point. So you want to have your minimum. And for me and of other people around me, I know they have a minimum of $35. So for my starting entry, smaller properties, you have a $35. And then what you do is just go up from here. So, you know, you do go 8,000 to maybe you're doing 15,000 square feet. To give you a general idea, then the next price would be going up $5. Obviously, you'd have to figure out your own pricing. This is not exactly what you need to do. A $35 lawn at 0 to 8,000 square feet may be just a nice flat lawn, nothing around it, nothing to weed whack in the middle. But stage 2 would be just above that flat, easy lawn. It might have, you know, some obstacles. It may have a little bit of the hills. And then stage 3, it's like, it's a lot of weed whacking. It's a lot of hills. You know, there's maybe areas where it might be a little bit dangerous and it takes a little bit longer to mow or weed whack. And so that's where you come into stage 3, when you have a ton of things to go around and move out of your way. Hope that helped you out, that little demonstration of showing what I kind of do for pricing out properties, and I think it could help you out too, because it's actually made it so easy for me to price out properties and make them so they're almost consistently around the same price for what the yards are compared to their difficulty and the length of time and like the size of yard. Because once I know the size of the yard, I know that I can probably do it in this amount of time. But if that size of the yard is a little bit more difficult, I just kind of price it a little bit higher, and it's around always the same price of my pricing sheet, and it makes it super simple. So I can't give you the exact numbers, but you know, just try to make up your own numbers, try to figure out what might work for you and what might work for the people in your area to charge, so that you can get the most amount of customers and being the most about a profitable business just starting out. Here are the tips that I now want to share with you. Just if you're starting out, you might want to price your properties a little bit lower, because when people don't really know you, they don't know your business, they might not see as much trust into your quality of work, and they might hire you if your prices are lower, because then they are saving money on having their lawn taken care of. You will gain so much business when your prices are low, that once you figure out actually how much you might be worth because your quality of work and your experience in the business is rising up, then you raise your prices, and your customers won't even care because they've already seen your quality of work, and so they want to keep you forever doing their property, even if it means they're going to pay a little bit more. And you know, prices have to go up eventually anyways. Prices can't stay the same forever, because if you don't raise your prices, then you're going to be spending way too much on the gas prices that keep rising up. So hopefully this video helped jumpstart your business to start growing and becoming so profitable that by the end of this year, you will look back and see how much work and how much you have improved over the year. So if you want to see more content just like this one about more lawn care and tips and everything just starting out, I also made another video that I'll have up on the screen and a link in the description for you to go watch. With that being said, I hope you guys liked it enough to hit that like button and subscribe down below to see more content, because I have amazing content for you guys to watch, whether it's finance, lawn care, or real estate. If you're interested in any of those, then you might as well subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.